welcome back to my channel. If you just stumbled across my page or you have never watched one of my videos, I am the Beautyologist, makeup artist, body positive advocate, stylist. That's like the gist of me. That's who I am. Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different from the other videos that I've recorded. They mostly have been makeup videos, but I just want to touch on the topic of the plus size community. So on my Instagram, if you haven't already followed me, my name is The Beautyologist on Instagram. I asked four simple questions to my followers, and I thought it was interesting just to share this information with you guys because there is a fat phobia. Society likes to tell plus size women that they aren't worthy. So I figured I'd come in and touch on this topic and go over these questions that I have. So the first question I have, I asked my plus size community, what makes you the most upset about being plus size? So what my ladies responded to was, these responses gave me so much life, okay? So the first one says, nothing. Once you learn to love yourself, nothing makes you upset. It just is what it is. Let me tell y'all, it just is what it is. Like, either you decide to make a change for you, for health reasons, whatever it may be, it is what it is. You make that change because you want to make that change. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to make the change because whatever reasons or analogies people are coming up with. The biggest one that I see when people post pictures and they're plus size, it may be revealing or not revealing. The first comment that's insulting that people like to bring up is, what about when you have diabetes or if it's a health concern? Okay, first things first, it's my business to worry about what isn't or is healthy for me because you don't know the state that I'm in. I know plenty of people that are deemed overweight but are perfectly fine, perfectly healthy, eats all of the right things, and that means absolutely nothing. Is that most cases? Absolutely not. But who are you to say what I should and shouldn't do? And why is that even a comment on my post if it has nothing to do with my weight? If you don't like the way I look, unfollow me. Treat these people how they treating you. Disregard their feelings. If you don't like what they comment, block them, delete it. It means absolutely nothing. Okay, so next, on to the next response was the one thing that my other follower says she hates about the being plus size is the stereotype that all fat people are lazy or have hygiene issues. So I know lazier skinny people than I know fat people. Like, let's just be honest. Like, and I don't use the word fat to be offensive, but it's just in my vocabulary. I've owned it. It doesn't offend me. So if it offends you, I apologize. But if you knew half the people I know, most of the fat people I know, overweight people that I know, work harder. If they don't work harder, they're not lazy. Like, because you're overweight doesn't necessarily mean that you're lazy. Laziness, I feel like, has a lot to do with your mentality, in my opinion. If you have that mentality where, you know, nothing really phases you, all you want to do is kind of lay around and sit around, I can be lazy. I can admit that that's a trait that I have, but not everybody's like that. I know plenty of overweight people that are always on the move, always on the go. So if that's something that you think is true, it's not remotely, and it doesn't go for everybody. If you think that being lazy doesn't affect people that aren't overweight, come on now. Okay, so next response. Another person says the fashion choices and prices, that is a big thing. Being plus size, buying clothes is such a big thing, and you're gonna see that I'll touch on those topics because I am a stylist and I'm a shopper. So I dedicate my life to finding clothes to make plus size women feel comfortable, feel good. I was an overweight teen, so it never felt good going shopping when I couldn't get the things that my friends could get. Also, pricey, talk about pricey, okay? It's like insane how much the clothes cost, and they're not even cute. Like, who wanna go spend hundreds of dollars and don't really like what they wearing, you know? So that's a big thing that is just, we gonna get on the fashion topic. I can go deeper into that. That's a headache in itself, okay? Okay, so next question was, let's see. The next question is, do you have PTSD from being overweight? So, first response I got was, not at all. It's mostly been positive experiences for me and more opportunities. So, when I ask the question, do you have PTSD from being overweight? The reason I ask that question is because so many of us are censored by our weight because people feel that we shouldn't say certain things, we shouldn't be in certain spaces. We have newly broken into the fashion industry and we're making our way through, but it's still very segregated when it comes to certain things. And I feel like I suffer from PTSD from being overweight because through high school, early 20s, there's just certain things that I wouldn't do because it's so frowned upon. And I didn't have the confidence that I had now to just be like, F it, I'm not going to explain myself. I'm going to live my true life and be who I am. So I feel like there were certain precautions that I were taking to make other people feel good about themselves or make other people not be uncomfortable. But who cares if they're uncomfortable with your size? They're not living in your body. They don't have to deal with the things that you deal with. So it just comes to a point in your life where you just have to not give a flying, you know what. Okay, so the next response to that question was, only feeling a little nervous when I interact romantically with someone. So that's a big thing. A lot of big girls, overweight girls, anybody that's overweight, girl or female, it is so hard to be intimate with someone. Even if you've built up a relationship and a bond with that person where you think that you want to, once you actually get to that step and it's like they see you closed off, bare just you, are they gonna love you? Are they still gonna want to engage? It's still a huge question in our minds. And once I became just confident and free from all of the things that I was holding over my own head, it was like, you knew I didn't look like the same with my clothes on, or you know that if I'm overweight and, I have a larger belly, that once I take my clothes off, it's not gonna be flat. So why am I scared to become involved, involved with you, intimately? So that's just something that I just want to say, like, if you have a child that's overweight, or if you have a friend that's even overweight, know that there's so many thoughts and so many things that, hold on, let me turn this music off. Just a second. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay, so just know that if you have an overweight friend or sister, cousin, brother, whoever it may be to you, if they're close in your life, know that there's gonna be some point in their life where they're questioning where they're going, what they're saying, because society look down on us as if we can't be big in small places. And let me tell you, honey, I'm gonna be large, no matter my size, because I've learned that you decrease the value of your life. You miss out on so many experiences when you are worried about what someone else thinks of you. You can't do that, okay? Like, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna miss the world. You're gonna miss so many experiences and opportunities just because you are scared. And when you drop that fear, you're gonna notice, like, I have so many people, once I start feeling better about myself, owning who I was, so many people like, oh my God, you look so cute. Oh my God, where you find them clothes? Oh my God, just like in amazement, just from everyday life things. And they didn't realize they added on to the PTSD. They added on to how I was feeling about myself, and just kind of took me back a few steps because it was like, should I not be doing this? Should I not be effing fabulous? Should I not be cute? What do you mean I'm cute for a big girl? Like, that's not, what? Really? I think that people don't realize what they say. They don't think before they speak. And it's very damaging. It's very damaging, So I'm encouraging you to go out and live your life. I'm encouraging people who have people that are overweight in their lives to be considerate, Mentally, we not all there yet. So when your overweight friend doesn't want to go in a space that's crowded, or your overweight friend doesn't want to sit in a high stool at the bar because it's going to look funny, you know, them getting in the chair. Know that that's not just them not wanting to do things with you. Know that they're going to decline the offer on going certain places, doing certain things because they're not comfortable. And you have to understand that the world shoots back at them that they are not worth this, living this life on a day-to-day basis. You know, I have gotten to the age where I don't care. Like, let me tell y'all, I don't care. Like, I would be lying if I said I didn't still have insecurities, because I do. But I am newly married, and we're both plus size people. I learned so much from my husband just living out loud. He has lived out loud since the day we met. Like, he's not censored. He does not say things. He does not go places. If it's crowded in a bar, in a restaurant, and people back to back in there, he has no problem stepping in the room, owning a room, and telling, excuse me. And that seems so small and minute, but you have no idea how many plus size people will avoid those scenarios because they don't want to say excuse me, and a person potentially looking at them and judging them by size as if you can't fit here, or you're in the way, or you're consuming too much space. It's so heartbreaking to know that I was one of them people at some point. So just be considerate. And if you have a child, a friend, like I said, keep them in mind when you're going these places, or ask them how they feel about it, or just, encourage them to be big in those spaces. And it's okay. It's okay to be big in those spaces, okay? So the next question I asked, just a moment. Next question I asked was, plus size community, what are your biggest issues while shopping for clothes? So here are a couple responses I got. And let me tell y'all that shopping plus size is a struggle, like a struggle, all right? But if you have any problems, you need any help finding clothes, I am here offering my services. I can help create a style. If you're having an event you're going to and you just don't know where to start, I can always do a consultation with you just to see what your style is, what is your personal style, and help you customize that style to yourself. I specialize in plus size people, men, women. Not that I can't style anybody else, it's just the plus size community got a soft spot in my heart. Like, I am plus size. Nobody relates to you better than me. So, and I may have a few tips and tricks and know a few stores and online boutiques that you may not know about. And that's for men's clothes as well, because as I advise, my husband is plus size as well. Okay, so for this question, mostly everybody gave me the same answer. Finding something not everyone has is a big thing, because even if, let's say, it's a boutique, every boutique has the exact same dress. Because they don't come up with a variety of styles. So everybody buys the same thing, maybe in different colors, but it's so hard to not look like the next plus size person because we don't have a large variety. Another one of my followers' responses was shopping at 3 to 4 stores just to get one outfit. That's a struggle. I'm not walking in one store just finding one thing, not unless it's a dress or, a one-piece outfit. Like, it's so hard. Like, you have to find a shirt here, find pants here. But this is something that is coming to the forefront. Brands are starting to notice, like the lack of variety. So there are plenty online stores, and I know the plus size community hate to shop online. It's so hard because you don't know how something is going to fit. So getting in contact with me and just allowing me to go through sizing for these different websites, I've tried a lot of them, so I can pretty much tell you if it's a true fit, if it's not a true fit. And then I also know fabrics and textures. So it's very important if you are deciding to shop online, because our access to clothes is so limited. Making sure you know the fabric, like the spandex and polyester, and what that mix and blend will do, and if it's going to be stretchy. Like a lot of times the problem we have is that we don't know the fit of clothes and fabrics. So getting to know fabrics is very important, because it's going to determine how you shop online. And it's a lot to it. So if you're not somebody that like to go through all of that, hire somebody like me. So next response I have here is, my hips are wide, so I have to find the perfect pants. I know so many girls with this problem. Like, I don't have this problem because I have an apple shape. So that means I carry most of my weight in the center of my body. But those people that are bottom heavy, like, it is such a task finding pants when your waist doesn't match the measurements of your hips and thighs. What I would say is, find you a brand that caters to your frame. I tend to do that. If I find a company where I find a decent pair of pants, they fit well, I like it, that's the only place I'm going to buy my pants from. Like, it makes no sense to go outside of that, because you're going to have a hard time going through trying pants, trying different companies to get your perfect fit. Okay. Next answer I have here is my arms. I hate my arms. I have the hardest time finding shirts that fit. Oh my God, I have this problem too. So, I have larger arms as well, but my bust isn't as big. So it's so hard. Like, the shirt that I can fit comfortably on my arms is about a 3 or 4X. But the front of my shirt will be baggy because I'm lacking in the bust area. So it's so hard finding shirts. I tend to gravitate more towards like camisoles and things with stretchy or wide with sleeves. That way it's like a perfect fit. So if I buy something with a wider sleeve, what tends to happen is it looks like the sleeve is tight if I get it to fit my bust. So I have a hard time with that too. So let's see, next question. Last question is, how is dating in the plus size community? This is a big issue too. Now, I am newly married. I got married January 26th, 2019, but I just had a wedding this past January of 2020. And before I got with my husband, we've been together a majority of our 20s. I can say that dating was like the hardest. Like, I would avoid it. Like, if I could, I would really avoid it. I don't mind being alone. So I wasn't just out seeking, a guy. I knew I wanted to be in a relationship. I've been in relationships in the past. But it's so hard getting to know somebody, or just the battle of being unsure if someone actually likes you. And they're not trying to use you, or they're not settling for you. It's definitely a task. So some of the response I got was more self-doubt than actual issues. Honey, they want us, period. Period. Can I put a few exclamation points on that? Period. They want us. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Like, they want us. And that's what gave me the mentality I had all through high school. Early 20s was, I realized that guys didn't want to date me. And I know that it was due to the youth, a young mindset, but a lot of older men had this mindset. Excuse me. I decided at a young age that I wouldn't be someone's secret. And I came to this realization because in high school, there were so many guys that would try to talk to me through social media. They didn't want it to be known in school. Excuse me. They didn't want their friends to know. And they kind of just only wanted to take me out if it was dark outside, or didn't really want to go out. They would treat me to dinner, but bring it to me, or, just things like that. And I'm nobody's secret. Like, I'm worth knowing about. Like, so I decided that I would never be somebody's secret. And I went through life dating very picky. And I knew that I wouldn't settle for someone not truly loving me and screaming it to the rooftop. Like, I knew I wasn't going to be that girl. Someone else says, woo, too much to type. But let's just say people think you should settle, and I'll be damned. I'll be damned, okay? Because If your size, your weight has nothing to do with what you expect from another person and how they treat you, or the life standards that you are holding yourself to and making someone abide by because you want to be, whether it be equally yoked, if you want to be financially, in order, and equal with that person. Why should I bring that down or that standard down because I'm overweight? That makes absolutely no sense. Someone else said that dating at plus size is horrible. I can agree with that. At some point, I felt it was horrible as well. Someone else said, hard. I feel like sometimes men have fetishes instead of pure interest in knowing me. I'm not a piece of meat, okay? Not a piece of meat. I completely understand this. The way people slide in your DMs is crazy. Or even if a guy decides that he doesn't care about people knowing that he likes plus size women, it's normally an obsessive thing, as if you're a piece of meat. Like, oh, I love me a big girl. Like, and it's like, I don't know, it just makes you feel so weird. Like, I'm not a fetish. Either you like me or you don't. And it's as simple as that. Someone else responded to this question and said, kind of difficult. I'm tall and like a stallion. Men tend to treat me not delicate but rough. I've heard this more than once. Like, let me explain something to y'all. So you have the plus size community. Plus size women are all different shapes and sizes, but people don't realize that the plus size community is segregated as well. The plus size woman with an hourglass figure, a guy will accept that. If he's deciding that he likes you, he's gonna shoot it to the rooftop, there's still a stigma about being with a plus size girl. I still wanna be with the girl that's larger in bust and bigger in, the waist, the butt area, than the girl who has the larger stomach and smaller legs or wider back. And let me tell you, it's so many rules they come up with. It's ridiculous. But I can 100% agree. I'm shorter, but I don't have an hourglass frame. And if you like plus size women, just like plus size women. Like, I don't really understand that. I can understand having a preference, but they tend to think that women that are taller or not shaped the way, society deems okay, are not worth being treated, delicately. Like, treat me like the rose that I am, okay? Like the princess that I am. And I'm not accepting nothing less, okay? Period. So I just wanted to get on here and address some of the concerns and, questions I have for the plus size community. There's going to be so many other videos like this. Ladies, wear what you want to wear. Don't settle for nothing, like nobody. Clothes, if you got a problem with clothes, call me. I can help you with that. And be great. Be big in these spaces. Be big, be large in the smallest place possible. Don't let anyone stop you from being your greatest self. If you're not there yet, I understand. If you need somebody to talk to in order to get there, let me know. Comment, DM me. We can have all these conversations. Like, I have so many experiences from people looking at me funny because of the clothes I wear, or, just so many different things. Like, and when I tell you these things don't matter, like when it comes down to it, it does not matter. When you say those things that you've been wanting to say, when you wear those clothes you've been wanting to wear, you're going to be surprised because you're going to have somebody rooting for you. I promise you, you will. And the amount of love that I get from social media and just from people on a daily, like, it's so overwhelming. Like, when I was 19, I never would have thought so many people asking me for fashion advice and, I've gotten a abundant love, once I decided that I was going to be tailored at whatever size, and I was going to live my life and do it how I want to. I don't even know, like, it takes some time, it takes some maturing, because it's all about a feeling that you have within. And if you are a parent to a plus size child, I can't stress this enough. Talk to somebody that's plus size. Let your child create a bond with somebody that's plus size so that they can know that they're not in this alone, but even more so, tell your child that they're beautiful, they're handsome, no matter what, because it's so important for them to hear it. Like, every child should be told this, but when they're plus size or they, whatever it is, like complexion, I've heard so many stories about people just not feeling like they were loved, they were appreciated, that they were beautiful, that they were handsome. And I experienced this in my own life. Not that I thought that my family didn't think I was pretty. Of course, I was told I was cute, I was pretty. It wasn't to the capacity that I heard it be told to the friends and the people around me. It was just like, if you had the hourglass shape and you're growing up and these adults are looking at you, first of all, that's a problem in itself, but it was almost glorified. Like, oh my God, look at her figure, it's so nice, and it's so this and it's so that. When a kid hears that about another child or another person so much, it makes them second guess themselves and how they feel about themselves and how they think you feel about them. Tell your child that they're beautiful no matter what. I'm telling you, it will help shield the world from them and how they feel and how they live their life. It is so important, so important to who they are, to the type of person that they're going to be. And if all else fails, let them call me. I'm big sis, auntie, cousin to everybody. And if they're having a problem, I'm easy to talk to. But that's all for today. We're going to go on another plus size rant later. We're going to do some fashion hauls, and I'm going to give y'all some tips and tricks on me and plus size. Thank you again for watching this video. Subscribe to my page, like, comment. If you want to know when the next video is being posted, make sure you click the bell for notifications, so you'll know when the next video is going to be posted. But thank you guys again. See you in the next video.